Sometimes you feel like life follows a predictable path. And then, suddenly, everything changes in an instant. That was exactly how Lily felt that Saturday afternoon, sitting on the edge of the staircase with her phone in hand, pretending to be interested in her Instagram feed. From the other side of the house, the sound of her mother's laughter mixed with that of her best friend echoed through the living room. Elizabeth Carter had arrived, as she always did, with her magnetic energy and irresistible charm lighting up the room effortlessly. Elizabeth was a constant in Lily's life. As far back as Lily could remember, Elizabeth was there at Christmas dinners, birthday parties, and late-night conversations by the fireplace. At 38, she exuded a mature elegance that felt natural, almost unattainable. Her wavy brown hair fell perfectly over her shoulders, and her green eyes, so deep and bright they seemed to hold entire secrets, seemed to see right through people. Lily had never paid much attention to her, at least not like this, until that day. "You've grown so much, Lily," Elizabeth had said the first time she saw her that weekend. Her voice was warm and steady, as if every word was chosen to caress the ears. That simple compliment made Lily's heart skip an uneven beat. She muttered a shy, "Thank you," unable to maintain eye contact for long. For the first time, Lily felt an attraction that was impossible to ignore, a confusing whirlwind that left her unsteady. It wasn't just Elizabeth's beauty, it was her presence, her voice, even the way she moved her hands as she spoke. Lily tried to run from this unsettling sensation, but fate seemed determined to place them in the same space. During the afternoon tea her mother served, they ended up sitting next to each other on the couch. Elizabeth's perfume was soft and inviting, a blend of flowers and fresh wood, and the proximity made Lily's mind wander into uncharted territories. "And what about you, Lily?" Elizabeth asked, pulling her out of her reverie. "What are you doing with your life now that you've graduated?" "Oh, exploring possibilities. I haven't decided what I want yet." She tried to sound casual, but her voice came out louder than normal, almost nervous. Elizabeth smiled. Not just any smile, the kind that made the world seem to stop, a smile that appeared to hold hidden meanings. "This is a special time. Don't rush to choose. Sometimes what you need is right in front of you, waiting to be discovered." Lily nodded, but her mind was elsewhere. There was something in Elizabeth's tone, something in her gaze, that made Lily's breath quicken. The conversation continued, but Lily could barely focus on the words. She was too busy trying to make sense of the new reality she found herself in. When her mother got up to take a phone call, the air in the room seemed to grow heavier. Now alone, Elizabeth and Lily sat in an awkward silence that wasn't entirely uncomfortable. "Your mother's lucky to have you around," Elizabeth remarked, breaking the silence with her low voice. "I think I'm the lucky one," Lily replied with a timid smile. Elizabeth tilted her head, studying her for a moment. "Don't underestimate your own worth, Lily. There's something about you." She paused, as if searching for the right words. "Something the world hasn't seen yet, but it'll be brilliant when it comes to light." Lily was speechless. How could Elizabeth make every sentence feel so personal, so full of meaning? Before she could respond, her mother returned to the room, bringing a new topic of conversation and breaking the moment. That night, lying in bed, Lily couldn't get Elizabeth out of her mind. Every detail seemed etched in her memory, the way she laughed, the sparkle in her eyes when telling stories, the way she looked at her when they were alone. There was something about Elizabeth that made Lily question everything she thought she knew about herself. But at the same time, there was fear. Elizabeth was her mother's friend, practically part of the family. Just the thought of feeling something so unusual for her made Lily shrink with shame. This couldn't be happening. It was wrong, wasn't it? On Sunday morning, as Lily sipped her coffee alone in the kitchen, Elizabeth appeared. Wearing dark jeans and a simple blouse, she looked casual yet effortlessly stunning. "Your mother had to step out for a bit." "I thought I'd wait here with you," Elizabeth said, placing her bag on the chair beside her. "Sure," Lily replied, trying to sound indifferent, though her heart was racing. They chatted for a few minutes about trivial things, the weather, movies, plans for the day. But at one point, Elizabeth shifted the topic unexpectedly. Your camera is incredible. Do you like photography? Yes, a lot. It's actually my favorite thing to do. Have you ever thought about making it a career? Lily shrugged. I'm not sure I'm good enough for that. You are. Trust me. I've seen people shine when they believe in what they're doing. Elizabeth's words sparked something in Lily that wasn't just admiration. It was deeper, more overwhelming. Before the conversation could continue, her mother returned, and the moment dissolved. But Lily knew that weekend would change everything. The rest of Sunday unfolded like any other, but for Lily, something felt different in the air. Elizabeth's presence seemed to fill every space, even when she wasn't in the same room. During lunch, Elizabeth, her mother, and Lily sat together at the round dining table, and the conversation started light but soon delved into more personal topics. Elizabeth, you should tell Lily about the new project you're working on, Amanda, Lily's mother, said excitedly as she served a slice of quiche to Elizabeth. Elizabeth laughed, shaking her head lightly. Oh, I'm not sure it's that interesting. Stop that, it's fascinating. Amanda insisted. She's writing a book, Lily, about how architecture impacts our emotional perception. Lily raised her eyebrows, impressed. Wow, that sounds really profound. I'm trying at least. Elizabeth picked up her fork, absent-mindedly playing with her food. It's something that's always fascinated me, how the spaces we inhabit influence how we feel and who we become. You've always had this ability to think about things no one else does, Amanda said, laughing. That's why you're my most interesting friend. Lily watched the two exchange warm smiles, but something inside her twisted. It was an unexpected jealousy, a pang of discomfort she couldn't justify. Elizabeth was her mother's friend. They had history, a connection Lily could never fully understand. Yet at the same time, there was something in the way Elizabeth looked at her that made it seem like this connection wasn't insurmountable. Elizabeth turned to Lily. And you? Have you ever thought about how photography can capture that, the emotions a place evokes? Lily felt her face heat up. I've never thought of it that way, but it's an interesting idea. She always takes amazing photos, Amanda interjected with a proud smile. I'm sure if you saw her portfolio, you'd be impressed. You have a portfolio? Elizabeth asked, her curiosity seeming genuine. Nothing really organized, just some things I keep on my computer. Elizabeth smiled, that smile that seemed to know more than it should. I'd love to see it sometime. Later, as Amanda prepared coffee in the kitchen, Elizabeth and Lily were left alone in the living room again. This time, the tension in the air was more palpable. Elizabeth was flipping through a book on the shelf, but her attention was clearly divided. Your mother is an incredible person, you know? Elizabeth said suddenly, without looking at Lily. Yes, she is, Lily replied, a little surprised by the sudden change in tone. Elizabeth turned to face her, leaning slightly against the bookshelf. And so are you. I think she knows that, but maybe you don't yet. Lily didn't know how to respond. There was something about the way Elizabeth said these things, a mix of sincerity and something more, something almost indecipherable. Before she could say anything, Amanda returned to the room with a tray of coffee and cookies. I hope you two weren't talking about me, she joked, placing the tray on the table. Never, Elizabeth replied, giving Lily a conspiratorial wink. Amanda sat beside Elizabeth, and the relaxed atmosphere returned. But for Lily, that specific moment stayed etched in her mind. Something was growing there, something she didn't know how to name. That night, after dinner, Elizabeth announced that she needed to leave. Do you really have to go? Amanda asked, almost childishly. You could spend more time with us. I have commitments early tomorrow, but it's been wonderful spending the weekend here. You always make me feel at home. Elizabeth then turned to Lily. And you, Lily? Any exciting plans for the week ahead? Nothing much, just work and photography, I guess. Elizabeth hesitated for a moment, as if carefully choosing her next words. Maybe you could show me your photos someday. I'm organizing a small exhibition next month, and it'd be interesting to see your perspective on the themes. That would be amazing, Lily replied, trying to hide the excitement in her voice. Elizabeth smiled, and Amanda seemed almost bursting with joy. That would be fantastic. Elizabeth always gives great advice. You should take advantage of it, Lily. I'd be honored to help, Elizabeth added, picking up her bag. As Elizabeth said her goodbyes, Amanda gave her a warm hug, thanking her once again for the visit. When it was Lily's turn, the hug was shorter but still intense. Lily felt Elizabeth's warmth, her perfume, and once again that whirlwind of emotions consumed her. See you soon, Lily, Elizabeth said, her tone soft and seemingly carrying something more. When the door closed, Amanda turned to Lily with a satisfied expression. She's amazing, isn't she? Lily smiled, unable to meet her mother's eyes. Yes, she is. That night, as Amanda watched a movie in the living room, Lily retreated to her room, unable to escape the thoughts that tormented her. She lay on her bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment with Elizabeth. The way she spoke, how she smiled, even the way her gaze seemed to see beyond the surface. Lily knew something was changing within her, but she didn't know what to do about it. Elizabeth was her mother's best friend. She was someone who, by all societal standards, should be untouchable. But Lily's heart didn't seem to care about the rules. There was an exhibition to be organized, and suddenly, that felt like the perfect opportunity to see her again. The following week passed in a blur for Lily. Every message from her mother, every casual mention of Elizabeth, was like a spark igniting something inside her. Finally, on Friday, Elizabeth sent a message directly to Lily. I have some ideas for the exhibition. Are you free tomorrow afternoon to talk? Lily took several minutes to respond, trying to seem casual. Sure, of course. Where should we meet? At my house. That way we can look at your photos in peace. Is 3 p.m. good? The idea of being alone with Elizabeth made her nervous, but the excitement quickly outweighed the fear. She spent the morning of Saturday revising her photos and trying not to think too much about what to wear, though she changed outfits at least 3 times before leaving. When she arrived at Elizabeth's house, she was greeted with a smile that felt warmer than ever. I'm so glad you came. Come in, please. The house was exactly as Lily imagined, elegant yet welcoming. Elizabeth led her to a well-lit room with an entire wall covered in bookshelves and a large window overlooking the garden. You can place your photos here. I'll grab something for us to drink. As Elizabeth went into the kitchen, Lily sat on the couch, trying to calm her nerves. But when Elizabeth returned, holding 2 glasses of wine, the tension in the air seemed to multiply. They spent the first half hour going through the photos, with Elizabeth offering careful yet encouraging comments. But Lily could feel that something was different. There was an energy in the room, a silent tension that seemed to grow with every passing second. You have an incredible talent, Lily, Elizabeth said, looking her directly in the eyes. These photos show a rare sensitivity. Lily blushed. Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Elizabeth set her wine glass down on the table and leaned forward slightly. There's something I've been meaning to say since last weekend. Lily's heart started to race. What is it? Elizabeth hesitated for a moment, as though choosing her words carefully. I shouldn't say this, but Lily, there's something about you. Something that draws me in a way I can't ignore. The world seemed to stop. Lily didn't know what to say, but before she could form a response, Elizabeth leaned in and kissed her. It was a soft kiss at first, but laden with emotion. Lily felt her body melt under Elizabeth's touch, the confusion and fear vanishing in an instant. When they pulled apart, both of them were breathless, as if they had just run a marathon. I don't know what this means, Lily murmured, still processing the moment. Elizabeth gently cupped her face, her green eyes locked on Lily's. It means something is happening here. Something I can't ignore anymore, and I don't think you can either. The following weeks were a whirlwind. Lily and Elizabeth began seeing each other more frequently, always under the pretense of working on the exhibition. But the work moments quickly turned into intimate conversations, shared laughter, and fleeting touches that carried an emotional weight. But there was one obstacle they both feared: Amanda. Elizabeth insisted that they needed to tell the truth. Your mother is my best friend. I don't want to lie to her, and I know you don't either. I know, but what if she doesn't accept it? She loves you, Lily. And if she knows me as well as I think she does, she'll understand. The moment came one Sunday afternoon when Elizabeth invited Amanda over for lunch at her house. Lily knew this would be the day everything changed. After lunch, as they sat drinking coffee in the living room, Elizabeth took a deep breath and looked at Amanda with a serious expression. Amanda, there's something I need to tell you. Of course, Liz, what is it? Amanda asked, seeming curious but carefree. Elizabeth exchanged a glance with Lily before continuing. Lily and I, we're together. The silence that followed was deafening. Amanda looked from Elizabeth to Lily, as though expecting one of them to start laughing and say it was a joke. You, what? I know it's unexpected, and it might be hard to accept at first, but I didn't want to hide this from you, Elizabeth said firmly. Lily spoke up, her voice trembling but determined. Mom, I know it seems strange, but I've never felt anything like this for anyone. And this doesn't change how much I love or respect you. Amanda remained silent for a long moment, her eyes fixed on the floor. When she finally spoke, her voice was low, but there was no anger. I just need some time to process this. Elizabeth nodded. Of course. I don't want you to feel pressured, Amanda. I just want you to know that your feelings matter to us. It took Amanda a few weeks to come to terms with the idea, but eventually, she started to accept Lily and Elizabeth's relationship. Lily's photography exhibition was a success, with Elizabeth helping organize it every step of the way. One quiet night, months later, Lily and Elizabeth were sitting on the couch at Elizabeth's house, their hands intertwined. Do you think this will last? Lily asked, insecurity creeping into her voice. Elizabeth smiled, squeezing her hand. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that right now, I can't imagine my life without you. And in that moment, Lily realized that their love didn't need approval or guarantees. It just needed to be real.